Are you guys ready? Okay, check this out.
Karabo Masemola from SA Music News. Yes, nice to meet you too. So, as we know, Coke Studio is all about promoting cultural exchange through music, right? You've been with Coke Studio for some time, so are there maybe any elements that you've borrowed or used from some of the international artists that you've worked with in collabos?
Absolutely, 100%. I think even more when we get to be in studio at the same time.
Yeah.
Like with Popular Soldier, we're in studio at the same time. Runtown, in studio at the same time. And even leading up to the actual session, we talk a lot about different cultures, food and stuff like that, teach each other slang, and then you kind of hear it in the dialect, whether it's like an accent thing, or it's like I might use a little bit of their slang in my verse and stuff like that. This is always dope, man. It's always, I think it's very important, even for people on the outside looking in, to see us embrace each other's cultures. It's just always a good thing.
Thanks.
Oh, JD from 10 Minutes with the Star. So, Falling is the song that you did with Zach. How was it like working with Zach? Because you know the sound is different. He's from another country. So how was it like working with him?
It was dope, man. His sound is not that different. It's like R&B, popish. I'm familiar with that. I've dabbled a little bit in that genre. So it was very easy for us to click and connect, man. We spoke, I think, once before we made the song, but like our encounter, our interaction was enough for us to go, okay, cool, this is gonna be easy. We get the song, when it was time to shoot, we finally met, and it was just, the energy was just great, man. It was very easy.
Wonderful from God family. So speaking of Zach, what kind of music lessons would you say the both of you have learned from each other during the time and after working on the song Falling? And also, what kind of impact did it have when it comes to like work ethic?
I wouldn't say that it had much of an effect as far as like how we approach music and our work ethic and so forth, because we weren't in studio together when we made the actual song. We finally met when we were supposed to shoot, but I recorded remotely, he did the same thing. So it was like my pace, my speed, my time, the same for him.
I'm Mandy from Talent Studios. My question is, you've gained international recognition for your music. How has your global audience influenced your creative process?
How does it influence my creative process?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think me traveling and experiencing all these different cultures and being in different countries and stuff like that definitely opens my eye a bit more to the kind of music that people vibe to. You know what I mean? Because when I go to these different places, most of the time I perform to. If I'm in Africa, it's people that know me and they're familiar with my music, right? But if I go to like Germany, there might be 15 people that know me there, but the rest don't know me. You know? So then when I go through the set, which might be like a 20-minute set or 40-minute set, I kind of get to see what songs they're vibing with. Even though they've never heard of me, never heard of my music, I kind of get to see, oh, okay, you guys click more with the romance stuff, because that's like a very relatable subject across the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys relate to the struggle songs. That's very, you share that in comments, I think. So I think that makes me go back to the drawing board and go, okay, if I really want to make this global thing work, I need to be mindful. I can't just be rapping about diamonds and this and that.
Yeah.
Not everyone relates to that. You know what I mean? So I think that's
Hi, nice to see you. I'm Olutana from IOL. Good to see you again. Talking about things that you're inspired by, I mean, a lot of us are gearing up waiting for the album drop.
Yeah.
And one of the...
Giving up, you said?
Pardon?
Gearing up.
Gearing up. I'm very excited, like, ready for that drop. And obviously, we are focusing on, like, Crazy, but there are songs that people are, like, ready for, like, such as Dear Oliver. So what inspirations did you take into your album from, also Sid, I mean, Crazy, and obviously Dear Oliver? What other inspirations are we going to get from this album?
You're going to get a lot of honesty, a lot of vulnerability. I think this has to be my most honest, most open album yet. You know, when I went into making this album, I was kind of over this whole thing of like trying to show you how good my flow is, or how fast I can rap, or how many words I can make rhyme like this and this melody and that melody. It was more about making music that you're gonna understand when you first listen. You don't have to play it back 3 times. Be like, that's what he was saying. I didn't really focus on that. I get to do all those things because I'm a rapper. I really enjoy doing those things. So I do them when I'm on stage, when I'm doing ciphers with my friends. But with this album, I really wanted it to connect instantly to people that just like want to listen to good music. You know? So it's very honest. The stuff I say about my father, stuff I say about my mother, my son, just where I am in life in general. Everything's like very open and honest.
It's Overrides from SA Hip Hop on the Grind. I just want to know, man, from a Nasty C perspective, what's the trick to longevity in the game?
Trying your hardest to be versatile. I know at first it might be painful to step outside of like the sound that you're used to. I think it's very important. You know, sometimes you might be a little bit of resistance there. Like people been trying to get me to do like Afro beats before I finally budged. But when I did that, it paid off so much, like more than I could ever imagine. You know what I mean? Now I'm learning other genres. I'm adapting. I'm doing more collabs with people that are outside of like my kind of hip hop type of thing. And I just like, it shows my range as an artist. It shows my capabilities and stuff like that. And it makes people buy into my story and my art, as opposed to just a song, a single album. You know what I mean?
Okay, guys, we're gonna take 2 more questions. After that, we wrap, please.
Last one. So now, you know, you've been on the IV tour, right? And now you're going on an African tour with Casper and your best, who's also part and parcel of Coke, right? What is the difference between the IV tour as well as the African tour that your fans can look out for, that literally differentiates your body of work from Nasty C as an individual and Nasty C collaborating with other artists?
I think the difference between the Ivy Sun tour,
IV Sun.
Ivy Sun tour, it's just me performing whatever album I had dropped
Yes.
in that space, in that time. But with this, we're just celebrating African hip hop.
Yes.
It's like African hip hop has been a thing and it's existed for a very long time, but it hasn't been recognized like that.
Yeah.
Not globally and not across Africa.
True.
So that's what we're doing. That's why it made sense for me to just partner with Casper. Aside from us having a great relationship with as like individuals,
Yeah.
we're people that are saluted and recognized as far as like African hip hop goes.
Yeah.
And for us to go and share the stage together across Africa and bring on all the other African hip hop artists that also do their job and their part from other countries, I think it's just a thing that's gonna make people appreciate African hip hop a bit more.
Yeah.
It's just gonna inspire them.
Nothing stand out more for this fantastic night. All the artists that were here,